practice tool, as a fun toy, as a jamming buddy. It's a complete thought, and it stands alone as a fantastic product and worth every penny. And for those of you who are familiar with the previous G-Decs, make no mistake, this is a completely different product. Other than the fact that it's a black box and says Fender on it, almost everything else about it has been changed from original models. So let's get that out of the way right now. Okay? Well, what is it? It's a G-Dec. It's a guitar digital entertainment center. And a few years ago, however many years ago that was, when we had the top selling product at the NAMM show that year, people were losing their minds. They couldn't believe how cool it was to have a guitar amp that was one unit that had backing tracks built into it. Fender was the first company to do that. So that's the case here. But technology has come a long way since the original models. So what we have here is we have the ability to play CD quality audio, WAV files, which is not necessarily the first amp to do that, but it does it very well. It also plays MP3s, which is very important because some people have their recorded material stored as an MP3, and that tends to take up less memory. And then we have what we think is really the next leap forward, in that we're giving you the tools, or the customer, the player, the tools to be able to customize this amp to be whatever they want. So like, you know, my iPod, personally, goes from Robert Johnson and Hank Williams to Black Sabbath to Bob Marley. And maybe your iPod has a completely different set of stuff in it. So if I don't want that Hatebreed in my amp, I'm able to take that out of there. We have other guys like Chris Canella from Jackson. He's going to load up his iPod with, or his G-Dec with nothing but metal stuff. So that's really the key to this, is that you're going to be able to customize this to whatever you want. And the way we do that is either through the computer interface, which is a USB connection, which we're going to talk about in a minute, or the SD card. Now, on an SD card, you can buy these at pretty much any store in the world that sells cameras or batteries. I bought this one at Best Buy for $10 yesterday, and I can store hundreds of songs, you know, probably a couple hours of CD quality material on here. And now, if you can see that screen, that says that we have that Hatebreed loop dialed up right now. But I'm going to stick this card in here, and it's going to say a refreshing media list. So the amp now knows what's on that card. The card can store guitar presets, it can store MP3 or WAV files, it can store MIDI files. Yes, although we're not really promoting it, the new G-Dec does play MIDI files. Some people like MIDI files. And all this stuff can be put on the card so that, you know, if I'm going to leave this venue and then I'm going to go to a radio station, or I'm going to go to my uncle's birthday party, I can maybe load up my card with some material that's appropriate for that situation. Okay? So now that I have that in here, I'm going to go into my quick access menu, and it's telling me that on my SD card, I have a certain number of songs on there. I have some Dweezil on here. Take the SD card out, it doesn't play. So now, that really opens up a lot of interesting things. And we're going to also give the guitar player the tools to be able to create their own music that they can play in their G-Dec.